Hi beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing well. Happy Wednesday. It's the end of the day. You guys, I've been sitting here and filming my second live that Katie Joy did, talking about the Marvon McRae situation, and I had to take a break. I ended up just breaking down. I have just been literally crying for maybe 45 minutes. Katie Joy is just absolutely despicable, unbelievable. People are recognizing that she's exploiting the situation, and I just thought I would take a break and give you guys an update to where the situation is at now in regard to Katie Joy, what she's up to right now, putting on the facade as though she cares so much, which is absolute bullshit. Before we get into this, please do not take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. Before I start this, I want to give a huge shout out to Opinions of Sassy, Without a Crystal Balls on Twitter, Donna Nater on Twitter. This is where I've been getting all this information because I do not have Facebook. I do not plan on getting Facebook because I'm not just going to get Facebook to exploit somebody's situation. No, absolutely not. I will link all their Twitter handles and Instagram handles down in the description box. Feel free, go follow them. This is where I've been getting my information because, as I said, I don't have Facebook, but here goes. Katie Joy posted, DCS is on the case. Dre McRae lawyers up and calls the FBI. Let's talk about today's developments. I am asking people to please let DCS do their job. I spent hours today helping people collect evidence, find attorneys, and work with multiple people to ensure that the authorities received everything they need to protect the kids. This is the first time that I hear Katie Joy talking about the well-being of these kids. That says a lot. I have zero reason to lie or provide false information. Does anybody actually believe that? Because there's quite a bit of false information she has given. Example, Dre has murdered her husband. Dre was the one that overdosed him and strangled him. Let's not forget those. Right now, DCS is 100% on this case. They were sifting through a mountain of evidence. There are families that are desperate to get these kids out of this nightmare. This situation is in the right hands. Family is 100% advocating behind the scenes and busting their asses to get these kids safe. Please stop the petty drama. Stop harassing the family. Don't show up at their homes. Let authorities do their jobs. Hashtag justice for Vaughn. There is so much that I feel is wrong with that, because first of all, and please, if there is somebody that's familiar with Child Protective Services, isn't it like the hospital where they have these HIPAA laws where you cannot give out information about certain situations? So how does Katie Joy know what they're doing in regard to this? Maybe I'm just ignorant to the fact, but I'm just asking because this just seems weird. Secondly, she says that she has spent hours helping people collect evidence, find attorneys. Now that's my issue, find attorneys. If we can, those of us have been following Katie Joy for quite a while, can you remember when she said at one stage she had, and she couldn't even count on her fingers how many attorneys that she did have? For somebody that did have a family attorney, wouldn't it be easy for her to pick up the phone and say, you know what, can you refer us, or do you know of anybody in Arizona or wherever they live who was a good family attorney that we could retain? She never did that. She wants to be all about how she's helping this family, because when she was in her lawsuits with Tati, her attorney that was representing her in Minnesota actually gave her reference to an attorney in Washington, Seattle, Washington. So what's the big deal, Katie Joy? If you want to act like a big deal, put your money where your mouth is. And worked with multiple people to ensure that the authorities received everything they needed to protect the kids. Who wants to vouch with me here to say that Katie Joy is the one that's dealing with the police department? She's not the one hounding them to reopen this investigation, because that's just the type of person Katie Joy is. Now this I actually got from Opinions of Sassy, and it says, if you want to help family with their attorney's fees, please consider donating to Letitia's GoFundMe. She retained a lawyer yesterday who is now working to help her see her son and get justice for Vaughn. Without a crystal ball is not attempting to profit off the story and will continue to donate to the family as they work toward justice. Here is our recent donation for transparency from today, $500. If you wish to donate to Letitia, here is the link. So, Miss Big Shot, why only $500? Because when you were talking about Sophie Long's mother being the one that's not the one at fault, you were on your live, and like a big shot, you went and donated $1,000. $1,000. Then when it came to the Gabby Petito case, when your feet were held to the fire, didn't you also donate $1,000? So why only $500, Katie Joy? And if it's not about profiting off of this story, today is Wednesday. Jill Duggar has given birth. No YouTube video about that. Every single day there has been a live in regard to Vaughn McRae. As I said to you guys, I've been sitting here trying to record, okay? This woman is so despicable that I couldn't even further record because I was so upset at how she's treating this case, which you will see it after this video. She is absolutely a piece of shit. I can't say that enough. Then we move on to Jay McRae frequently traveled into Mexico to get Ativan, whatever it is, Xanax and pain meds for herself and Vaughn. During one live, she and Vaughn were in Mexico buying Xanax. She said that she would carry the drug across the border so that Vaughn didn't get in trouble. She frequently bragged about smuggling prescription drugs out of Mexico for herself and others. Jay was mixing these medication with herbs and kratom. She would give Vaughn the Ativan and Xanax for his seizures rather than taking him to the doctor. Why would you need to go across the border for prescription drugs? Does anyone know if she is flagged in her by the DEA and not allowed to get medications from the doctors? That doesn't make sense. Does anyone know if she is flagged by the DEA? I suppose she meant to say. Is this why Vaughn said that she was using him? Hashtag justice for Vaughn. Once again, not taking Jay's part, not coming to her defense. Nobody knows the real story. The woman is going through something. So I personally know my parents. I get my parents' prescriptions from Canada. I do know people that get their prescriptions from Mexico because it is cheaper. That's just what I know. Why she was doing it, I don't know. So it's not uncommon for people to cross the border to go and get prescription drugs. As long as, to my knowledge, for what I get for my parents, as long as we have a script from the doctor, all well and good. But according to Katie Joy, she has to demonize this woman because that's what is getting her the clicks, the views, and the subscribers at this point. Then she says, at home, Jay McRae regularly treats Vaughn seizures with Ativan, Xanax, and kratom, but she didn't want him telling doctors. She told Vaughn to tell doctors that he only uses valerian root. She admits that she will go to Mexico to get narcotics for him. Jay also admits that the only reason they were at the doctor was to get pain meds for Vaughn's back. Kratom is an addictive and acts on opioid receptors in the brain. Some people who develop addictions to the opioids try to wean off the drugs by using kratom. Some people have wondered if Jay was doctor shopping for pain medication for Vaughn or herself. She admitted numerous times on live that she smuggles drugs from Mexico. Oh, she got snuggles. I'm sorry, I'm not mean to laugh, but this woman is fucked up. This could be some of the most damning video to come out. Credit to Exposed for finding and posting this audio first. Letitia Bias has obtained a lawyer now. She needs your help more than ever. Please consider donating to Letitia's GoFundMe. Number one, if Letitia has retained a lawyer, I'm sure Letitia is not able to say much. So what is Katie Joy going to do now? Where is she going to get her information from? Or maybe she's going to keep doing what she was doing and creating her own storyline. But anyway, you guys, I am sweating, absolutely perspiring. So this woman, I just cannot. Like I said to you, it's like how many days? So many days have passed. Jill Duggar, or should I say Jill Dillard, has given birth to her third son. No video about that. What happened to Josh Duggar, and how she had all the sources and people, the inmates were calling her, giving her information. All that is on the back burner. So how is this not trying to profit? Because clearly she is gaining in subscribers. Congratulations, Katie Joy. But then I also heard that people from the Facebook groups are finding her out. Because at the end of the day, this is not for your pocketbook, Katie Joy. This is to get answers for Marvon. Now, when it comes to, this is just me. I am not, it's hard. When I say this is so hard to listen to the story, but you got to keep an open mind. You know, you can't just jump to theories and accuse people of murder. You cannot do that. And also, before I forget, remember she was censoring her people from, or audience from using, or she herself was censoring herself from using the word kratom. My video has not been flagged. I used the word kratom how many times? It's fine. It's fine, Katie Joy. You don't need to get your panties all up in a bunch if you use that word. But anyway, moving forward, this is the way I feel, okay? And this is just me looking from the outside in. There was a reason why Dre McRae had a huge following. At some point of her social media career, she was relatable, she was funny, she was engaging. Obviously, as time went by, she became involved in tinfoil hat type stuff. That, in my opinion, went in a whole different direction. It changed her. She is truly off the wall. The things that she believes in are totally out there. She needs help. There is definitely something wrong with her. She's not 100% mentally okay. Marvon McRae was at his wit's end, in my opinion. There was no way that he could just walk away. And the reason why he did what he did was because he was at his wit's end. And the saddest thing about all this is that he was the one that was trying to get away from her. Yet, she's the one that's still keeping him alive. And like I said, I don't think she's keeping him alive so she doesn't get in trouble or the investigation will reopen. I feel she's keeping him alive because this is what is garnering her attention. This is how she's making money. There's something wrong with her mentally. She definitely needs help. And what people cannot do is go after her because her kids are still in her care. Things got to be handled with kid gloves, basically. Don't sensationalize things. Don't provoke her. And as Katie Joy said, she's lawyered up. Can you blame her for lawyering up at this point? Especially now that we know for a fact that Katie Joy, without a crystal ball, is accusing her of murder. Stating as fact that she overdosed her husband and strangled him. No evidence of this, you guys. Absolutely no evidence. So with all that said, just you guys, keep an open mind. Can't get his side of the story. So let the authorities do their job. Don't demean the authorities. Don't underestimate the authorities. Come on, Katie Joy. Come on. Which you're going to find out in my next video. How she accuses the Yuma Police Department of not doing their job. But that's all I want to talk about for right now, because this is truly sad. Marvon cannot speak for himself. The only people that can speak for him are his parents, his loved ones, not Andrea. So they do need all the help that they can get. Do what you can, support in any way. And if anybody comes after me and says, why am I judging her for the amount of money that she's donating? You know why? Because Katie Joy is the one that says that she can afford a Bentley. Katie Joy is the one that's always bragging about how much money she's got in the bank, that we don't know how much money she's got in the bank because we don't see her bank account. In this video that I'm putting out after this, she goes after Jay for claiming how much money she earns. Come on, Katie Joy. But do me a favor, you guys, whoever does have Facebook, feel free to post this video on Facebook so the masses can see that this person is nothing more than about the dollar signs. Well, you guys, that's it from me for today. I will have my next video coming out after this. I just had to take a break because I was getting very upset, emotional. I did cry for quite a while, but in the midst of that, all I can do is just pray, which I did, because Morvon truly does need peace. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Please stay safe out there. Be cool. Be kind to one another, and don't forget, make good memories. Bye, guys.